A single video, one angry woman, and suddenly an entire continent is asking itself a very dangerous question. Are we building walls or bridges? What happened in Gabon a few days ago should terrify every African leader, not because of what it shows about xenophobia, but because of what it reveals about how easily we can be tricked into fighting the wrong enemy. By the end of this video, you would understand why this market incident might be the most important wake-up call Africa has received in decades, and why the richest black man in the world holds the key to solving it. But first, let me show you what really happened in the market and why everyone got it wrong. August 2025, Lambaréné, Gabon. A new market opens, and like any business district, vendors rush to get the best pots. Among them are women from Mali, Benin selling vegetables, doing hair, running small shops. Then comes the moment that changes everything. A local influencer, we will call her the spark that lit the fire, arrives with her camera rolling. She sees these West African women and something inside her snaps. "Go back to your country," she screams. "Sell to your own people." Now, within hours, the video explodes across social media. Gabon first started trending online. But here is what nobody saw coming. The Gabonese government didn't just condemn the woman selling the vegetables. They don't just calm things down. Instead, they do something that sends shockwaves across Africa. In just 72 hours, they banned all foreigners from small businesses and markets. Wait, did a single viral video just change an entire country's economic policy? What kind of power does one angry person with a smartphone actually have? Now here's where it gets interesting. While everybody is fighting a tomato seller or vegetable seller in the market who earns less than $20 a day, let's talk about who's really taking money out of Gabon. ExxonMobil, Shell, Total, these companies pump billions with a B out of Gabonese oil fields every single year. But somehow the enemy became Mama Fatou selling vegetables in the market. Now think about this for a moment. The Beninese woman everyone is angry about, she pays rent to a Gabonese landlord. Her kids go to Gabonese schools. She buys from Gabonese suppliers. She probably spends 90% of her money right there in Gabon. Meanwhile, when Total makes $1 billion from Gabonese oil, where does that money go? It goes to Paris. But there is something more fascinating about this whole situation, something that explains how smart people can make such backward decisions. And it has everything to do with the conversation that happened 20 years ago in Nigeria. Now, have you ever wondered why some countries create billionaires while others create conflict? (1999) Lagos, Nigeria. A former military ruler turned president, Olusegun Obasanjo, walks into his office with an impossible dream. Now, he doesn't want to chase away foreign investors. He doesn't want to ban anyone from anything. Instead, he makes a promise that sounds crazy. "I'm going to create 50 Nigerian billionaires." Now, people laughed. Nigeria in 1999, the country was broke. Corruption everywhere. Why would anyone believe? Obasanjo understood something that the Gabonese government missed. Economic nationalism without economic capacity equals permanent weakness. Obasanjo gave Nigerian entrepreneurs access to government contracts, favorable loans, and business opportunities. He created space for Nigerians to grow big. The results? The richest black man on earth is a Nigerian, Dangote. Aliko Dangote, now worth over $20 billion, his refinery in Lagos now ships jet fuel to Europe for the first time in African history. Now think about that. For centuries, Africa shipped raw materials to Europe. Now we are shipping finished products back to them. But here is the most beautiful part of Dangote's story and why the Gabon situation breaks my heart. Now Dangote doesn't just operate in Nigeria. His cement factories employ thousands in Ghana. His sugar refineries power Cameroon's economy. His trucks drive across Benin, Togo, and Burkina Faso. By next year, Dangote will be the largest urea producer in Africa. When Dangote enters a new African country, governments roll out red carpets. They beg him to come. They offer him incentives. Why? Because everybody wins. And this is what I call the African multiplier effect. One Nigerian billionaire creates jobs for Ghanaians, Cameroonians, Togolese. His success lifts up the entire region. But in Gabon, they are chasing away a woman who sells vegetables. Dangote employs 30,000 people across Africa and generates billions in cross-border trade. That Malian woman in Lambaréné market, she employs maybe her sister and sends $50 home each month. Now here's the beautiful irony. African governments compete to attract Dangote. They beg him to invest. They offer him incentives and red carpets. But they chase away the small trader. What if Gabon focused on creating their own Dangote instead of fighting market women? And this brings us to the most heartbreaking part of this story, because there is something happening in Africa right now that makes the Gabon incident even more tragic. Now, while Gabon bans market women, China built $62 billion worth of infrastructure across Africa. While we fight our $20 businesses, European companies extract billions from our mines. Now, some say Africa is rising, while others say Africa is being recolonized. The truth, we are building the future with one hand and tearing it down with the other. The European Union, 27 countries, 450 million people. Africa, 54 countries, 1.3 billion people. We should be the most powerful economic force on earth. Instead, we are fighting over market stalls. Who benefits when Africans see each other as threats instead of partners? Now here's my challenge to every African leader watching this. Stop fighting over crumbs and start baking bigger pies. You want to help young Gabonese? Give them microfinance like Benin did. Create national champions like Obasanjo did. Build bridges like Dangote does. The Africa that wins is not the Africa that builds the highest walls. It is the Africa that builds the strongest bridges. Every time someone tries to convince you that your fellow African is your enemy, remember Dangote. The richest black man in the world got there by lifting up the entire continent. So the question isn't whether Africa will rise. The question is whether we will rise together or fall apart. I'm Asonga Luis. Share this message because the Africa our children inherit will depend on the conversations we have today. See you in my next video. Bye.